Dr. Benitex here. In our previous video, we talked about how to calculate formal charges of elements present in a molecule or an ion. So in our video today, we are going to be talking about how to determine the best Lewis structure or how to determine the most stable Lewis structure using the concept of formal charges. Now let's assume you are the one that drew all these Lewis structures, and you want to use the concept of formal charges to decide or to determine which of these Lewis structures is the most correct one. Before we can look at that, we're going to consider rules of formal charges. Let's look at the rules you have here. Rule number 1, it says whenever you can write several Lewis structures for a molecule, choose the one having the lowest magnitude of formal charges. So when we say magnitude of formal charges, we mean the numerical values. For example, if you have formal charges such as -1, -1, -2. Now the magnitude of the charges here include 1, 1, and 2 respectively. So rule number 1 is saying whenever you can write several Lewis structures for a molecule, choose the one having the lowest magnitude of formal charges. So what is the implication here? So this implies that choose formal charges as close to 0 as possible. So your formal charges must be as close to 0 as possible. Now rule number 2 says when two proposed Lewis formulas for a molecule have the same magnitude of formal charges, choose the one having the negative formal charge on the more electronegative atom. Let's apply these rules to decide which of these Lewis structures is going to be the most correct one. Starting with the very first structure. Now the very first structures we have here are structures for SO₃, that is sulfur trioxide. So let's get the Lewis structure, let's get the formal charges. Let's calculate the formal charges of these atoms: oxygen, 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 and sulfur. Let's try it out. So since you know the formula for calculating for formal charges, let's apply it. So formal charge is equal to V minus B minus D. So what is my V here? Now oxygen is having a single bond. So V is going to be 6 minus, how many bonds are around the oxygen? 1. So it's going to be 6 minus 1 minus, how many dots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 minus 1 minus 6 gives us -1. So the formal charge here is -1. Okay, what about this other oxygen? Is similar to this oxygen, so the formal charge is also -1. Okay, now let's go to this other oxygen with a double bond. What will be the formal charge here? So we are going to have 6, which is the group number, minus how many bonds are there? 2. 6 minus 2 minus how many dots are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 minus 2 minus 4 gives us 0. So the formal charge here is equal to 0. Now don't also forget, when you sum up all the formal charges you've calculated for, it should give you total charge on that particular species. For example, the total charge on SO₃ is equal to 0. So if you add up all the formal charges here, it should give you 0. We are not done. Let's get the formal charge on sulfur. So sulfur is in group 6. So I'm going to have 6 minus, how many bonds are there around sulfur? 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 bonds there. 6 minus 4. How many dots are there? There are no dots. So 6 minus 4 is equal to +2. So now that we are done with SO₃, the first structure, let's go to the second structure. So for the second structure, the formal charge on this oxygen here is going to be 0, because we know that the formal charge on oxygen with the double bond is 0. So therefore, formal charge here is 0. Formal charge here is also 0 because it also has a double bond. The formal charge on oxygen with a single bond is -1. So -1, just like we got here. All right, let's check out this other side. This is a double bond here. Formal charge here is 0. Formal charge here is 0. Formal charge here is 0. Don't forget, we've not calculated the formal charge on the sulfur. So formal charge on sulfur is going to be group 6 minus, how many bonds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus 6. All right. Then how many dots are there? No dots. So the formal charge is also 0. Let's calculate for the formal charge of sulfur here. We forgot that. So we are going to have that sulfur is in group number 6. So 6 minus what is the number of bonds here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 minus 5 minus how many dots are there? No dots. So 6 minus 5 is equal to plus 1. Plus 1. All right. So we are done with calculating the formal charges on SO₃. Now let us now decide which of the formal charges, which of the structures here is going to be the correct Lewis structure. Let's go to rule number 1. Rule number 1 says whenever you can write several Lewis structures for a molecule, choose the one having the lowest magnitude of formal charges. So let's check out the magnitude of formal charges here. So you can see that the magnitude there is -1, plus 2. 2 is quite large for a formal charge. So I'm going to discard the first structure. It is not correct. So I'm putting an X here. It's not correct. So let's check the second structure. For the second structure, we can see that we have -1 here. We have +1 here. These magnitudes are quite large. So I will cross this format. I will cross this particular Lewis structure. I will not select this one. What about the last one? The last one here, the formal charge for all the elements here is equal to 0. Remember, choose formal charges as close to 0 as possible. So the correct Lewis structure for SO₃ is this one here. Let's go to the second set of structures. N₂O. N₂O. So looking at all these structures, let's find the formal charges for each of the atoms here, starting from nitrogen. Nitrogen is in group 5. So I have 5 minus, okay. How many bonds are there around nitrogen? I have 2, 1, 2 for this nitrogen here. So I have 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3, minus how many dots are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 minus 4 is equal to -1. So the formal charge here is -1. Let's go to the second nitrogen atom here. What is the formal charge on this nitrogen? So 5, which is the valence electrons, 5 minus, how many bonds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 bonds are surrounding nitrogen. So 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. So 1 minus, there are no dots. So 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. So I have +1 here. So how many, what's the formal charge here? There's no need to calculate that because we know that the formal charge on the oxygen atom having a double bond is equal to 0. Let's go to the next structure. For the next structure, we have that the formal charge on the first nitrogen is going to be equal to 5, which is the V, minus, what is the number of bonds here? 3 bonds. So 5 minus 3 minus 2, there are 2 dots. That's equal to 0. What's the formal charge on the nitrogen? The formal charge on this nitrogen is going to be 5 minus, how many bonds are here? 5 minus 4 minus 0 is equal to 1. So you have +1 here. What is the formal charge on this oxygen? Is going to be equal to -1 because we already did that before here and also here. All right. So let's move on to the last structure. From the last structure, we can see that the nitrogen with a single bond here is going to have a formal charge of, let's check it out, 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 minus 6 is going to be equal to -2. That's the formal charge here. What about this nitrogen here? Let's check it out. 5 minus 4 bonds minus 0 is equal to +1. Okay, let's check out this oxygen here. 6, oxygen is in group 6. 6 minus 1, 2, 3. 6 minus 3 is about 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you have +1 formal charge here. All right, that makes a lot of sense. So this is our Lewis structure, and these are formal charges for each of the structures we have here. So which of the structures is going to be correct? Remember, rule number 1, whenever you can write several Lewis structures for a molecule, choose the one having the lowest magnitude of formal charges. So now, if you look at the magnitude of formal charges here, this particular structure at the far right has the highest magnitude of formal charges. So therefore, this structure is not correct. It does not correspond to the rule. The magnitude is too large. Look at -2. Look at 2. 2 is too big. So we discard that structure. So we're not going to be contemplating between this structure and this structure. Which of them is going to be correct? Now, if you notice, the magnitude of formal charge here is -1, +1, and 0. Here you have 0, +1, and -1. Now we can say that the two Lewis structures here have the same magnitude of formal charges. And what is the magnitude? -1, +1, and 0. 0, +1, and -1. So the magnitudes are all the same. How do we now decide which of these structures is correct? We are going to consider rule number 2, which says when two proposed Lewis formulas for a molecule have the same magnitude of formal charges, choose the one having the negative formal charge on the more electronegative atom. So now we have to ask ourselves a question. Between nitrogen and oxygen, which one is more electronegative? Now, if you go to the periodic table, you will notice that nitrogen and oxygen is more negative compared to nitrogen. Which of the Lewis structures has a negative formal charge on oxygen? Because oxygen is the more electronegative atom here. Let's check. So from the structure, I can see that the structure at the center has a negative formal charge on oxygen. So therefore, the correct Lewis structure here is this one. So this is the correct Lewis structure for N₂O. Let's go to the next structure where we have SO₄²-. That is the tetraoxosulfate 6 ion. Now, from this structure here, we can see that the formal charge here is -1. It's -1, okay. Okay, the formal charge here is also -1. Don't forget, oxygen with a single bond is -1. Here is -1. Here is -1. What about for the sulfur? Let's check. Sulfur is in group 6. So 6 minus, how many bonds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 minus 4 is 2, minus no dots, okay? So the formal charge on this sulfur is +2, which is very large. It's +2. So let's go to the next structure. For the next structure, we have that this oxygen here is -1. This one is -1. This oxygen here is 0. This one is also 0. What about the sulfur? Now for the sulfur here, let's check. Sulfur is in group 6. 6 minus, how many bonds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 minus 6 is 0 because there are no dots. So the formal charge on this sulfur atom here is 0 as well. Let's check for this other structure here. So for this other structure, the formal charge on this oxygen with the double bond is 0, like we all know before. Here is 0. Here is 0. Here is 0. What about the sulfur? Sulfur is in group 6. So 6 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be -2. That is too large, -2. Okay. All right, so I have the formal charges for all the atoms here. So let's use our rules now to decide which of the Lewis structures is correct. So from the rules of Lewis structures, whenever you can write several Lewis structures for a molecule, choose the one having lowest magnitude of formal charges. Now, in terms of magnitude, I don't have any reason to select this one because this one has a +2 formal charge on the sulfur. So I am not going for this particular structure here. So I'm not going for this one. I'm not going for this one. Let's check the second one. The second one here is kind of okay because it has 0, 0, 0. Okay, it has quite a lot of zeros here. There's a -1 on the oxygen, -1 here. Okay, let's check out the last one. The last one has a -2 on the sulfur. That's really bad. So we are going to reject the last Lewis structure because it has a -2, which is a high magnitude on the sulfur. So we're going to select the middle Lewis structure. Is correct because it has the lowest magnitude of formal charges. You can see that 0, 0, 0, -1, -1. So this is the correct Lewis structure. Let's go to the last Lewis structure for the thiocyanate ion. The thiocyanate ion. Now for the thiocyanate ion, the sulfur here has a formal charge of what? Let's check. 6 minus 1, that's 5, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 minus 1 minus 6. That's minus 1. We have a minus 1 formal charge here. Check for the carbon. Carbon has a 0 formal charge. Check for the nitrogen. Nitrogen has, let's check, 5 minus what? 5 minus 3. 3 bonds, yeah? Minus 2. It has a 0 formal charge here. Okay, I think we are doing well. Let's go to the second one. So for the second structure here, we can see that the sulfur has a formal charge of, let's check, it has 6 minus 3, which is 3, minus 2 is plus 1. Let's go to the second one. Carbon has a 0 formal charge here. What about the nitrogen here? Let's see. It has 5 minus 1, which is 4. 4 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is minus 2. That's a minus 2 formal charge here. Let's go to the next structure. Now for the next structure, the sulfur here has a formal charge of 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4. 4 minus 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to 0. That's 0 here. Now the carbon here has a 0 formal charge as well. And the nitrogen has a 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. All right. So applying the rules here, you can see that we're going to reject the middle formal charge because the magnitudes are too large. Look at the minus 2 here. So that is a no-no. We are not going with this one. Let's now compare between the first and the last. Now for the first, you must have noticed that we have minus 1, 0, 0. And for the other one, we have 0, 0, minus 1. So this now takes us back to rule number 2, which says when two proposed Lewis formulas for a molecule have the same magnitude of formal charges. So we can see that the magnitude of formal charges here are the same or they are equal. So the rule says choose the one having the negative formal charge on the more electronegative atom. Now let's now check. Which of the atoms here is more electronegative, or you can say is the most electronegative? Now the correct answer here is nitrogen. Because if you check the periodic table, you can see that nitrogen is more electronegative. Look at nitrogen here. Now it's more negative than what? Than carbon. So therefore, nitrogen is a more electronegative atom. So the question now is, which of them has a negative formal charge on nitrogen? The correct answer is this Lewis structure. So this Lewis structure is correct. While the first one here is not correct. So this is how to use formal charges to decide which Lewis structure is correct. And that wraps up our lesson for today. I hope this explanation cleared up any reactions you might have had about this subject. If you found this lecture helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to Dr. Benitex Explains. Your support helps me continue producing high-quality chemistry content for students worldwide. If you're ready to keep learning, I've linked a related playlist here that complements today's lesson. Whether it's organic synthesis or physical chemistry, the next step in your academic journey is just a click away.